Hey guys, welcome back to 234 En La Casa. So today we're going to be making some chicken, and we're going to brown this chicken, and then we're going to submerge it in a hot apricot preserve sauce, a sweet and spicy sauce. So you're going to want to start with some boneless chicken breast, skinless boneless chicken breast, and you can also use the boneless skinless chicken tenders if you would prefer. That's fine too. Well, I've got my chicken washed off. One thing before you start seasoning it, just make sure you got it washed off. Pat your chicken dry with a paper towel, or if you have a cloth or cheesecloth or meat cloth that you use, you can use that too. And then you're going to want to remove any of the fat, any of the excess skin that might be left on your chicken. You can either just pull it off like that, or you can, use your scissors, your poultry shears, and cut the fat off. And then also remove any tendons that you may find that's left on your chicken as well. All right, so I'm going to start off seasoning this chicken with some Badia, a complete seasoning. And you're going to want to season on both sides. And I'm pretty liberal with my seasoning. You just add as much seasoning as you would like to. And you can use any all-purpose seasoning that you would like. You don't have to use Badia Complete. I like Badia Complete. It's just a great all-purpose seasoning. I use it on vegetables. I use it on poultry. I love it. I love the way that it tastes. So I always use this as kind of like my baseline all-purpose seasoning. But you use whatever you feel comfortable with. And another great all-purpose seasoning that I love to use too, that's normally a baseline for me, is the Cavender's Greek all-purpose seasoning. But I haven't really been able to find it anywhere. I mean, local, in a large size. So you're gonna want to salt and pepper both sides of your poultry. Now that we've got our poultry all seasoned, go ahead and flour our chicken too. I like for my chicken to be at room temperature, and I also like when I flour it, I like for it to sit in the flour. It just makes it adhere better. I know people that have worked in chicken restaurants and stuff like that, and so that's what they do at chicken restaurants too. That's how come it's so crispy, and it's so they allow the flour to sit on the chicken for a time before kind of frying it. And this is just going to be this is not going to be like a deep fried chicken. It's just going to be kind of like a braising or whatever, but I'm going to put some flour on here. I'm going to be using all-purpose white lily flour. I normally will use self-rising flour, and so if that's what you want to use that, but I just don't have any right now. And your chicken sweats, so that's why you just want to let your flour sit on it for a little while, and it'll get moist and everything because chicken sweats. So probably should have put this in a paper bag. I didn't even think about it, to flour my chicken. I'm so busy. I'm just gonna walk my dogs and anyway, got my mind on a lot of different things. Chicken is all floured. We're going to set this to the side and get ready to make our hot apricot sauce. It's going to go with this chicken. Okay, so for this hot apricot preserve sauce, we're going to start with 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And you can double this too. It doesn't have to be 1/4 cup. You can double the recipe if you would like to. Use some of this chili onion crunch, and you'll just add this to taste. And if you don't want to add this, you can just substitute this with like around a tablespoon of just regular oil. If you substitute this for just regular oil, but you still want some heat, then you can just put some, a little bit of, but you don't want this much heat. You can just put a little bit of crushed red pepper in your sauce. Then we're going to use about a cup, 3/4 to 1 cup of the apricot preserves. 3/4 of a cup up to a cup. And like I said, you can add more or less of any of this that you want to. Okay, and we're going to start mixing this together. Then you're going to want to add 1 garlic clove to this, or you can use granulated garlic. We're going to use some tomato ketchup. We're going to use about 1/8 cup of ketchup. And I'm going to add just a little bit more ketchup to mine. Okay, and then we're gonna add some onion. You can add as much or as little onion as you would like to, okay? And then another way that you can do this too with the chicken, once you brown your chicken, you can saute your onion and soften it and then add it to your sauce. I've got a deep well skillet right here, and I put just a little bit of oil in there. I'm gonna saute my fresh onion in a little bit of oil right quick, just to get them softened a little before I add them to my apricot preserve sauce, that hot apricot preserve sauce. This is some kosher salt I'm gonna put on them. And I'm not gonna cook these as long as I normally would to soften onions, like 3 and 5 minutes. This is just gonna be a quick little dip. And this is gonna be the same skillet and grease that I'm gonna use to quick fry my chicken. And so I'm gonna let these cook for about another minute. They've been in here for a minute. I'm gonna leave them in here for another minute, so a total of 2 minutes for this little quick fry. And this will also, you know, give it a little aromatics to that oil. So it's been about a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these onions and put these to the side. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add myself just a little bit more oil, just a little bit. And while that's heating up, I'm gonna also go ahead and add my sauteed onions into my apricot preserve sauce and get that mixed together. This way it can kind of sit and infuse into my hot apricot preserve sauce. Those sauteed onions, they can infuse into that sauce. So I'm gonna set this to the side while we wait for this to heat up a little bit. And y'all make sure you have your oven on at about 375 degrees because our chicken is gonna bake in the oven for a little while. And be sure not to overcrowd your skillet with your chicken. And we're just gonna do about 2 minutes per side, 2 to 3 minutes per side. And it may end up being 2 to 3 minutes on one side, the first side, and then 1 to 2 minutes on the other side. It just kind of depends on how you like your chicken. Like, see, that's brown enough for me right there. And also, if you're using a gas or an electric stove, it depends on that too. All right, so that's the other side of the chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. It's gotten brown enough, I think. That's the other side on that one. Lift that up so y'all can see it. I'm gonna set that to the side, and then we're gonna add the rest of our chicken. And like I said, just be sure not to overcrowd your chicken in your skillet. All right, so that's the other side of this piece of chicken. And that's the other side of this piece of chicken. I'm gonna drain some of this grease off, and we're gonna put our chicken back in this skillet. Okay guys, so this is as much of the grease that I left behind. The little bits that you see in here is the seasoning from the chicken that kind of cooked on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add our apricot sauce to this. And make sure you have your eye turned off, like mine is turned off, but it's still kind of warm. So we're gonna add our sauce. It smells so good. And I did go ahead and add some salt to my hot apricot sauce. So if you wanna add a little bit of salt to yours too, you can. My soy sauce was low sodium. So just keep that in mind. If you're using a regular soy sauce that is full of sodium, then you may not want to add salt to yours, but mine's a lower sodium. I felt like the sauce needed a little bit of extra salt. And I'm tasting it again. I think it needs some more salt, so I'm going to add a little bit of kosher salt to it. Okay. And so then now we're going to add our chicken back to the skillet. And we're gonna place a lid on this, and we're gonna put this in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes. Well, about 20-25 minutes. Okay, y'all, so this just came out of the oven. And if you want to crisp yours on top, you can. You can put it under your broiler. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Again, I may not. I may just leave it like this. I'm going to show you. That's what it looks like there. It's inside of the chicken and underneath. And there's some onion there. Okay. But what I'll do, I'm gonna put mine under the broiler. When you put it under the broiler, you know, just keep an eye on it. You don't wanna burn it or anything. All right, so guys, this is it right out of the broiler. Like mine under the broiler, but I wanted to give you all, you know, an option to see what it looks like when you just bring it out of the oven or when you place it under the broiler, okay? All right, well, I will see you all next time here at 234 En La Casa for more recipes and dinner ideas, desserts, all kinds of stuff, guys, okay? All right, you all be blessed, sending lots of love, joy, prosperity, and peace to you all. See y'all later, and lots of happiness, too. See y'all later.